an activity. Please, if you have done it, please let me know right now. You can unmute yourself and then tell me if you've done the activity. Okay, we can check. Okay, so let's just we are going to focus on this method. Okay, we are up and running again. So what I want us to do right now is we're going to focus on Scratch. And the reason why we're focusing on Scratch today is because we've had the code.all introduction. That was just your basic coding, right? So what we're going to focus on is more advanced stuff, right? So I'm going to ask you, what do you know, what do you want to know, and what have you learned, so that you have questions at the back of your head to answer yourself at the end of this lesson, right? So at the end of this lesson, you will identify opportunities within a program that can be manipulated to make something happen, right? For example, if you click on when I click, this happens, right? So for example, if you are given a sprite, if you're given a sprite, which is your character, right? And then they ask you to design a story, right? Maybe they give you 3 characters and then you have to write a story, right? You can make your characters talk, you can make your characters move, you can have different backgrounds, etc. You'll see that as you go on. So, and then you'll also know what Scratch is and how it works, right? Okay, so first question, what do you know about Scratch? Is there anything that you know about Scratch? If there's something, please type it on your chat box, or you can write it down wherever you are. So things that you know about Scratch, right? If you know that Scratch is just coding, then that's also fine, because at the end of this lesson, you'll be able to know what Scratch is and you know how it works, right? So this is a platform that you're going to be using. As you can see, we have a lot of coding blocks as compared to code.org, but both work similarly. So after doing this, I'm sure you'll be able to write your own story. You'll be able to do your own animation, design your own game, right? But for today, we're going to focus on the theory part, and then the practical part, we're going to start probably tomorrow, right? Awesome. How says Scratch is a website that can be used to make a game, right? So you're 100% correct. You can design a game on Scratch, right? What do you want to know about Scratch? So if there are any questions, you can write them down right now, and then I'll pause a bit in the middle of the lesson, and then I'll take those questions. But for now, let's just jump straight into our lesson for today. Right, so what is Scratch? That's a big question. We can't be focusing on a lesson about a certain topic and yet we don't even know what that is, right? So we need to start by defining what Scratch is, understanding what Scratch is, right? So Scratch is a block-based visual programming language. You can create online projects using block-like interface, right? So these are the blocks that we are going to use on Scratch, right? So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna play a quick video on YouTube. That's just an introduction of Scratch that shows you how Scratch works, and it's actually user-friendly, right? Scratch is user-friendly. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go to YouTube. Okay. There we go.
Imagine creating your own video games, animated stories, or interactive art. Scratch is a programming language that makes it easy for people to make all kinds of creative projects. With Scratch, you can make things walk, talk, sing, dance, bounce, fly, win, lose, or draw. Scratch is used by all different kinds of people all over the world to make all different kinds of projects.
I love drawing stuff, especially like drawing this picture because it was really fun.
In this project, I used the Sprite to draw a pattern.
I started making these stories up. I don't know where they come from. I guess my imagination.
My first project was a remix of one of the several projects I done with Scratch. I just love the creativity of Scratch. There's endless possibilities. It's not like you can just make this project or this project, and that's all you can make. But Scratch isn't just a tool. It's also a community.
You get to see other people's projects and learn from them and get ideas from them.
I like to compose my own music in Scratch and draw my own characters.
I love math, and I like making other people interested in it too.
Getting started is easy. You can download Scratch for free and just start exploring.
You snap together Scratch blocks, just like you would snap together Lego bricks.
Let's make the cat dance back and forth to a beat. If I want the cat to dance back and forth more than one time, I can wrap a repeat block around it. Now let's make it interactive. I'll place this block on top. Now when I click on the cat sprite, check out what happens. You can even try different things out while the project is still running and experiment with it. It's a program that lets you explore your imagination. You can do whatever you want in it. You can design anything. Using Scratch, you definitely learn a lot about programming. I also learned how to collaborate with other people.
The project has voices in it. I had my friends record their voices, and then I used it in my project.
It's like you can do whatever you want, really. It's creative as well.
I can't wait to see what you create with Scratch. What will you imagine? What will you program?
And what will you share?
Okay, so that was the basic introduction to Scratch. It tells you what Scratch is, how it works, and the different characters different sprites that you can use, different backgrounds, different settings. So it can be at the beach, can be at the bush, it can be in a city. So you design your own, right? You design your own thing. So if you have any ideas, please have those ideas written down. And what we're gonna do is we are going to go through those ideas, and then I'm gonna assist you, because remember, this is for your own benefit, right? I can use Scratch. Now the question is, after this, will you be able to use it, right? So it's important for you to have questions in mind. Like, I want you to bother me if you have any question. Don't think, no, my question is stupid. No, it's a silly question. No question is stupid. No question is silly. If you don't understand anything, you ask, right? And teachers are there to assist you. I am here to assist you. Okay. So what you normally do when you want to start coding on Scratch, you can either download the app or you can use it online, right? So when you use it online, you go to scratch.mit.edu, right? So that's scratch.mit.edu. And then this will be the first page that you see, right? And then you're gonna go through that. You're gonna watch the tutorials. You're gonna explore. So today I just wanna talk about Scratch. Hence I said today it's all about theory. We're gonna focus on the practical either later today or tomorrow, right? Okay, so let's go back to this picture, right? So once you get to that, you need to click on start creating or you click on create, right? So you can either click create or start creating. Right? So you click on create, start coding, and then I want you to be as creative as you possibly can, right? Because different people around the world have created different games, different animations. So I want you to be creative, right? So even if it means to go back, watch their videos and see how they did these things, and then come up with your own original idea, play around with different codes, and then create it, right? Okay, so we are going to focus on this question later. So for now, I want us to focus on this code that I wrote. Explore and create with Scratch. Go beyond your imagination. Creativity is key. Try out new things and keep a positive attitude. Because I know it's difficult to start something new, but once you put your best foot forward and you have a positive attitude, then I don't think you'll go wrong, right? So I want you to explore. I want you to be imaginative. I want you to imagine things that are out of this world, right? Okay. So right now we're gonna go straight into Scratch, and then I'm gonna show you a few things, and then you're gonna start creating. Okay, so let's go to Scratch. Go to Scratch. Okay, let's close that. Okay, so that's our page. What you normally do is you go to scratch.mit.edu, as you can see up here, right? And then you go to create. If you want to create something, you go to explore. If you want to see, if you go to ideas, if you want to have different ideas of what you want to design, right? You can scroll down, just study the page through, go through the page before you can start anything, right? Read all the important information. Okay. So let's start creating, right? Just gonna create something simple for you to see how Scratch works, right? But before we do that, Let us watch this video first.
With Scratch, you can make your own stories, games, and animations. Let's start by grabbing a move block. We can click the block to run it. There are many other blocks to choose from. Check out the different categories. Let's go to the sound category and grab a play sound until done block. I'll snap this onto our move block. When do we want these code blocks to run? Add an event block on top to start the code. I'll add the when green flag clicked block. You can easily reorder or delete these blocks at any time. Add as many characters as you want to your project and code each one. Check out the tutorials page for ideas and inspiration.
Okay, any questions so far before we continue? Is there anyone that has a question? If you do, please ask it now. And again, remember, I asked you a question, what do you want to know about Scratch, right? So far, if you had a question and it's answered, then that's good. But if you have a question and it's not answered, please feel free to ask it now. I'm gonna pause for a bit and then I want you to ask any question that you have so that you can proceed. Because there's no point in me giving you all this theory and I don't ask you if you have any question, right? So you need to have questions. That's how we learn, right? So Joanna, Jesse, how, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'm gonna take a pause. You can actually unmute yourself and then ask the question if you do have a question. Okay, I guess you guys understand everything. Okay, so what's gonna happen now is we are going to start exploring, we're gonna start creating, right? So remember I told you it's not a character, it's a sprite, right? So far the program gave us the cat, but what if you don't want to use the cat? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete the cat and then I'm gonna choose a different sprite, right? So for you to create a new sprite, you just click on that, right? And then you choose a sprite. And then right here, you choose your backdrops, right? So let's get started. Okay, so you have different sprites, right? You can choose what you wanna use and bear in mind, having an idea of what you wanna create, right? You can have these different characters, different sprites on your workspace, right? You have numbers, alphabets, different animals, different people, right? So animals, people, fantasy, etc. You have all of that, right? So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose this sprite, right? So we are going to use this sprite, and what else? Let's choose something else. So you can have as many sprites as you want, right? So what else do we want? Let's see, sports. Okay, let's use the same one, right? So we have two different sprites, but okay, so we have football 1 and football 2, right? So we have two different sprites. And then if you want to start coding using these blocks, make sure you are coding the correct sprite because we have two. In fact, let me use a different sprite for you to see a huge difference, right? So we are going to do that. So for now, I'm gonna focus on this guy here, right? So make sure you click on the guy if you want to start coding, right? So if I'm gonna click and drag that one, drop it there, and then go to events, right? Go to events, and then I can either click, I can click any button, right? So if I click the down arrow, what's gonna happen to my sprite? My sprite is going to move because I'm clicking the down arrow, right? Okay. And then again, if you don't want to use this block, you can actually use this one when you click that, right? So when you click this green flag, our sprite is going to move 10 steps, but let's change that to a 5, right? So if you click this green flag, our character is going to move 5 steps, right? Okay, so 5 steps, but how many times you need to repeat this? Do you want it to repeat forever? Do you want it to repeat 10 times? So you're gonna do that, and bear in mind, you can also change that. Okay, so let's click on that. Can you see that? Okay, and then now we want to focus on the footballer, right? We're gonna do something similar. What do you want him to do? Okay, one other thing, you can have your friends or your family record voice notes, and then you can actually add their voices to your sprites, right? So you can even take pictures of them, and then you can actually add those pictures here, right? Okay, so with your codes, you have your motion, right? So motion, that's your movement. Hence, you have all these blue codes, blue blocks, those are your motions, right? And then looks. When you go to looks, all these purple blocks, if you want, okay, let's take the footballer, put him here. Okay. Let's delete that, and delete that. So we are focusing on the footballer, right? So what I'm gonna do right now, I want him to say something for 5 seconds maybe, right? I'm gonna say, let's play, right? So when I click on that, our footballer's gonna say, let's play, right? And then let's go to our second sprite and see how he's going to respond, right? Right, so can you see that? So let's change that to a 7 maybe. And then when you click on that green arrow, green flag, I mean, see what's happened. So if you don't want to use the green flag, if you want to just click on the characters and then different characters will say certain things. So you're gonna use this one, right? So when you click on the sprite directly, when you click on that, he's gonna say that, right? So when you go back to a footballer, do the same thing. So if I click on him, let's play, and then I click on him, he's gonna say, oh, cool, right? So you can have different stories, you can have your different backgrounds and everything. Like it's really amazing to use Scratch, right? You can also edit your your sprite. You can add color, you can resize your sprite, you can add sound, right? You can add sound. Where's your sound? Here's your sound, right? You can play around with your sound, different volumes. Okay, I'm gonna take a long pause, and then just for you to digest everything that I've been saying right now. And if you have any questions, I want you to ask me right now. I'm gonna take a long pause. If you have any questions, okay. At your chat box now, how is saying you can actually make a news report. Correct, you can make a news report, and then can you, okay, and then wow, okay, Khal. So you want the football man to steal the men's wallet? No, that's not polite. How about we make them play together, right? Because the footballer said, let's play, right? And then that's what we are doing. We want to play, not steal, right? Any questions? Any questions? You don't have any questions? Okay. Any questions, grade 7s? No question. Okay, I'm assuming you understood everything that I said, right? Okay. So moving forward, let's check out some of the things that other people have created. So I want us to explore, see what other people have done. You can do that. You can have some different ideas. Okay, so let's go to games, right? These are some of the games that other people have designed all over the world. And if they can do it, then you can also do it, right? It's possible. So when you click on the green flag, what's going to happen? Can you see that? I'm now playing the game. So someone actually used block coding to design this game, right? So I want you to be more creative, create your own games and just play around them. Instead of downloading games all the time, how about we download our own games and then you play? I mean, how about we design our own games and then you play them, right? So that's one game that you can start with, or you can scroll through, like they have different games, a lot of games. Okay, so let's see how this one works. Okay. Then I'm gonna jump over here. Oops, I'm dead, right? So you can also program such things that when you hit an obstacle, you start over, right? So you can explore, you can play all these games, you can watch animation, just for you to get ideas on what you want to do, right? Thank you for playing, yay. Right, so that's one short game that was designed by one person, and I'm sure you guys can have like great ideas, right? I want us to look at different ideas, right? Okay.
Imagine if you can create a world where anything is possible. What would happen? Use Scratch to bring your ideas to life. Imagine if animals could talk. or people could fly, or things could grow and shrink. Bring your imagination to life with Scratch. What will you create?
What will you create? That's the big question, right? Okay, Joanna. Yes, I have noticed. I have noticed. Don't worry about that. Okay. So what I want from you right now is for you to tell me what you want to create, right? Because so far we've gone through all the questions that I've asked you, and you also saw how Scratch works, right? Because I didn't go deeper because I didn't want to confuse you any longer. Um, the reason why I only use two characters and a few blocks is for you to see how it works, right? As much as we used a lot of codes, a lot of block coding on code.org, I want you to do the same thing with Scratch, because Scratch gives you an opportunity to be more creative, right? I want you to tell me right now, what is it that you want to create? If you have an idea, you can either unmute yourself and share with us, or you can type it down, whatever that you're comfortable with. Right? If you have an idea, please share with us. Grade 7s. Anyone? Jesse? Paul? Joanna? Feel free to talk. I've unmuted you. Please feel free to share. Okay, it looks like everyone is shy. Looks like everyone is shy. So we're just gonna. Okay. Yeah, so remember, always practice on code.org, code monkey, but most importantly, if you have ideas of what you want to design, please just jump straight into scratch.mit.edu. You can also go into YouTube, see, check videos of what people have designed. You can go through the tutorials on the website Scratch itself, right? How says, I'm going to make a game where a person needs to find his way to the ice cream truck, right? So that's a brilliant idea, right? Because it shows that your mind can do it, like you can do anything that you put your mind into, right? So anything is possible. Who knew that at age 13, when you're in grade 7, you'll be able to create a game, right? Because most people who create games are people that are much older, but right now we thank Scratch for giving us the opportunity to be more creative and to actually explore, to design our own things, right? To design our own games, to design our own animation, right? So please explore and share ideas, right? Because we are working together here. I also want to hear your ideas, because I believe that as a teacher, I can also learn from you, right? One thing that you should know, teachers don't always have all the answers, right? Teachers are there to assist, to motivate you, right? All the brilliant ideas come from you, right? So if you have ideas that you want to share, please also share with me. I also want to learn from you, right? This can't be a one-sided thing. You should learn from me, I should learn from you, right? So on tomorrow's lesson, you want to focus on justifying decisions by demonstrating an understanding of the if and then statements, right? So I'm just gonna give you light on what we are going to talk about tomorrow. So I'm gonna make an example using this block, right? As you can see, there's space here and the space here. So this space is for if, and then this space is for then, right? So I'm gonna quickly go back to Scratch, and then I'm gonna use the if or when block. So events, if, and then, right? So okay. If the sprite moves, what do you want it to do? You want it to say hello, right? So we're gonna go back to events, and then click on the sprite, right? Let's just play with it. Okay, let's do that. Put it inside, and then click on the sprite. Right. So basically, the if and when block actually means that, let me drag it again, control, if then. So what basically this code teaches us is that in life, we always use the if and then statement, right? For example, if I say to you, at 10 o'clock, please shut your computer down, right? So if I tell you that you should shut your computer down at 10 o'clock, then you will do that, right? If and then. So please get used to this because we're going to use this a lot, right? Because we are going to use different sprites. Say, for example, you have your cat and you have your dog. I'm going to find the dog. Okay, let's take a puppy, right? And then you're going to say, if the dog barks, right? If the puppy barks, then the cat will run away, right? So you can do that. You can make your cat run away when the dog is barking, right? Because we only have a few minutes left right now. I'm gonna open up this opportunity for questions, clarification. If there's something that you didn't understand, please ask me now. You only have 5 minutes, right? So I'm gonna open this platform for questions. And again, please feel free to email me at any time. Feel free to email me at any time if you have any questions. And those who have sent emails, thank you so much. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you for asking a lot of questions that you've been asking. Right. I'm going to take a pause and allow you to share with me what you've learned. Let's talk about what you've learned, and let's talk about what ideas you have. How already shared with us that she's going to create a game where a person needs to find his way to the ice cream truck, right? Any questions? Okay. Which Scratch app should we download? I would advise you not to download the app. I would advise you to actually use it online. Because, and again, most importantly, can you see that I'm just doing this, but I haven't signed in, right? So I want you when you click on join Scratch, you're going to register, right? You're going to sign up. It's free, right? Going to sign up, but since I have an account, I'm going to sign in. And then whatever things that you design, right? Anything that you design will be saved automatically on your profile because you've signed in, right? So make sure you sign up first. Go to scratch.mit.edu. Don't download the app. Use it online. Sign up and then start creating. Any other questions? Questions are very important because you find that some of the questions that you ask are some of the questions that will help everyone else who's listening, right? So please feel free to open up, feel free to ask questions, don't be shy. Okay, I've learned that us can create a game by using block code, right? So, okay. So How is actually saying that she learned that you can actually create a game by using block coding, right? Like I told you, there are different kinds of coding. A lot of people think that block coding is not real coding, but it is actually real coding, right? Because it gives you an opportunity to be creative and gives you an opportunity to run your program, right? So coding and programming go hand in hand. What do we do on Code Monkey? So Code Monkey is actually, okay, let me show you what Code Monkey is, right? We only have 2 minutes, 2 minutes only, right? Okay. So Code Monkey looks like this, but I want you to download the app on your phone, right? For now, don't use it online for now. I want you to actually download the app first, play the game, see how it works. So these are the courses that you're gonna come across, right? So this is basically your junior level. Right? So let's skip that for now because of time, right? So it works the same. Can you see that? So the monkey is basically works the same as code.org or Scratch, right? But you'll see that when you use, okay, you need to change here, right? Can you see that 10 steps to get to the banana? If I change that to a 3, run, can you see that? So it's the same thing. It's coding all in all. Everything that all the websites that I gave you from code.org, Code Monkey and Scratch. That's all coding, right? Okay. Joanna says, I learned about debugging and looping. I'm glad you did. Okay, grade 7s. Sorry, I have to leave you right now. If you have more questions, please write them down. Ask me first thing tomorrow in the morning. And then please start exploring, right? Explore, be creative, and share ideas with the rest of your classmates, right? Okay, grade 7s, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day and take good care of yourselves. Bye, everyone.